Good morning, welcome back to another episode. Today I have brought you to the ancient market town of Bakewell here in Derbyshire. It's a really picturesque little village which started life in 924 AD. Well, that's when the first reference to it was recorded in an Anglo-Saxon chronicle. It is built up around the River Wye, and it used to be called Baedekers Weller in Old Saxon. So they think that a Saxon by the name of Baedeker settled by the spring Weller, that are found here in Bakewell. Today there's only 2 of those wells that survive, but I just wanted to take you around this really, really beautiful little village today. Now, despite how ancient Bakewell actually is, it has very little surviving architecture from the medieval period. Now, that's because it went through a surge of popularity in the 19th century, and with that it got a facelift. It went through a rejuvenation phase, in which time they tore down most of the old medieval architecture, unfortunately. Oh, I wish they didn't. But one of the oldest surviving parts of architecture that is still here is the old bridge. It's a 5-arch bridge that dates back to the 13th century and is one of only a handful of 5-arch bridges that survive here in England. And it's a great little spot to sit by the river and have a lovely little picnic in the summer months when it's warmer. Not so much today, it's absolutely bitter cold, but it's a beautiful old bridge, and yeah, it's a rare survival. It's one of the oldest bridges here in England. So this is the bridge. It's a real beauty. One of my favourites here in Derbyshire. Just down the road is the village of Ashby-in-the-Water. That's just a couple of minutes drive away, and I've shown you Sheepwash Bridge there. That's another really, really old surviving one. And between the 2 of them, they're my favourite picnic spots. And Chatsworth, of course, which again is just 10 minutes drive away. You'll have seen that in yesterday's episode, and I'll actually be back there again tomorrow to show you around the illuminated light trail. This is the River Wye that runs through the village. As you can see, it's really, really peaceful today. I think it's just too cold. Everyone's indoors, keeping cozy in a cafe with a nice hot cup of tea. So it's a pretty quiet little place. This is the Riverside Garden. Well, I say it's a quiet little place. It's quiet at the moment. In the summer months it is super, super popular, and as such it gets really busy. But at the moment it's lovely and quiet. Well, this is where I get all of my baskets from. If you ever find yourself in Bakewell and you want to have a picnic, pop into Thursday and Walter, because they do amazing cakes. That's where we always go. Now, one of the things that Bakewell is famous for is its Bakewell puddings, and this is one of 2 places that claims that it has the original recipe and that they were the creators of the Bakewell pudding. Now, do you remember yesterday when I took you around Chatsworth? I mentioned that Jane Austen stayed here in Bakewell, and this is the hotel that she stayed at, the Rutland Arms. Now, if you look at the middle floor and the far left window, that corner room, Now that is where she supposedly stayed in 1811 on her visit to Derbyshire. How sweet is this little shop window? So cute. Now, if you ever come to Bakewell, you need to try and eat at this place. Tiroler Stubel. The Käsekreiner sausages are amazing. The interior of it is really lovely as well. It's closed at the moment, so I can't show you inside, but this little place is just about as famous in Bakewell now as it is for the Bakewell puddings and the Bakewell tarts. So yeah, if you come here and it's open, definitely eat here. It's really good. It's run by an Austrian family, and they go back home to Austria and bring home all of their original authentic Austrian sausages. So well worth a try if you ever find yourself in Bakewell. Right then, well, that was my flying visit to Bakewell. I've managed to get Heidi a few goodies. First Christmas presents ticked off the list. So yeah, I'm gonna go home, go get Heidi from school, and I will see you tomorrow to be back at Chatsworth for the illuminated light trail, which I'm looking forward to. So catch you tomorrow. Bye.